Well, Halloween's over.
Sadly.
Yeah, but you know what that means?
No more candy.
Yeah, but the scariest holiday of the season's upon us. I mean, it's even creepier and scarier. I'm getting chills even thinking about it.
Mother's Day?
No. Although that's scary. Especially if you don't get your mother something. But Thanksgiving, that means Black Friday, Christmas shopping, family at the house, sitting around the table.
Yeah, that's the worst. Especially when the family starts fighting.
And if you're an introvert. So this is the scariest, most terrifying holiday of the year.
And we have it here on Walk the Plank.
And we do, because we have something special. We have a special guest, and we're getting to some callers and talk about this episode, this Thanksgiving episode. So stick around.
Oh, is there turkey?
There is.
And cranberries.
Don't push
and
it.
Spooktacular stuffing.
Ooh.
More on that in a minute. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Walk the Plank, the Dead and Buried Treasures pre-show. I'm your host as always, and to my right, your left, Erik Sprowls, the series creator, jack of all trades, producer, actor, stuntman.
All the above.
All the above.
Stuntman. What's a stuntman? Where'd you pull that?
Oh, I got some ideas for 2020. It's not good for you.
It doesn't end well.
So tonight's movie is And Then There Were None.
That's right. Yeah.
Why that movie for Thanksgiving?
Like our guest tonight, And Then There Were None.
And then there were
Or like I wanted to do like a Hitchcock kind of thing because he's a lot of horror and suspense, but I wanted to go with the motif of the holiday show for Thanksgiving, and there's not a lot of horror movies out there that take place at Thanksgiving, and surprisingly, there's a lot more for Christmas, but. There is a horror film. It's called Thanksgiving. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, I have the first one.
Yeah,
we actually touched on that last year.
Yeah. It's got 2 sequels, and it was it's about a killer turkey.
That'd be epic.
But I wanted to go with And Then There Were None because it's kind of like a Thanksgiving feel to it. It's about a host gathering guests over for dinner, like a dinner party. The only difference is it's on a remote island, and they all get killed one by one. And you got to figure out who did it. And so it's kind of in those realms because, when you're having Thanksgiving, isn't there somebody you want to kill? Like, knock off because you can't stand them, like my 16-year-old niece. I mean...
well, there you go. Oh,
man. She'd be the one who'd be left at the end.
That's true.
And then you're just, not rooting for it. You're rooting for the killer. But, so it has that motif where... everybody goes. It's invited to a dinner party like Thanksgiving, and then Agatha Christie does what she does best.
So that's great. I think that'll be an awesome movie for the season.
Yeah, and it was marketed as the original slasher. It was the original slasher film.
Wow.
Yeah, the body count in this is like high. It's like 10.
Wow.
And long before Jason, long before Michael Myers. But at the time for the MPAA, it was a little different then because. You couldn't show hatchets and heads and it was like you'd see the hatchet come back like this and then cut and then you'd see the dead body later kind of thing. So and it's a mystery.
It's all a mystery.
If you're an adult and you're not so much as a kid, you're trying to figure out who did it. It
has
that kind of feel to it as well. So it was marketed as a whodunit. At the time, Sherlock Holmes movies were big with Basil Rathbone and Agatha Christie said, "Hey, I can write good mysteries too," but she just has higher body counts. So it plays well for us because even the Vortex Network, it's a 24-hour horror host network, said, we've never had this movie before, and it's like an obvious choice because it's the original slasher film, and nobody's ever done it. So I thought, we'll try it.
There you go.
We'll be like the Wright brothers.
Yeah.
So we'll give it a shot and see what happens, right?
Yeah.
So
you have that, and also in this episode you have a special guest that is going to help Calico Drake with his Thanksgiving meal prep.
yes, we were lucky to get Papa from his YouTube sensation Cooking with Papa.
Yep,
Cooking
with Papa. Papa and Talia.
Antalya.
They have they do their own recipes, Italian recipes, and a cooking show. And Calico Drake needs their help to save his Thanksgiving feast.
That's right. He's murdered his head chef because he just didn't like him anymore.
Yeah, not a very
How
good
dare
cook.
you have hamburgers when I want filet mignon? And
So that's gonna be epic. You know,
Yeah.
To have your first YouTube guest.
yeah, so it's nice to have Papa on the
crossover.
show.
It's
nice to
almost
have
like another
Talia.
crossover. Look at you with all these crossovers.
Yeah. Hey, you made it. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
That's true.
But guest stars who actually want to be on your show and you can somehow bribe to be on the show.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice too.
Yeah, it just gives them a bigger head. So thanks, guys.
So he's making his spooktacular stuffing
Yes.
on tonight. And
He is.
And it's made with chestnuts,
Chestnuts, sweet sausage,
sweet sausage, so
and
it's got
sourdough
chestnuts,
bread.
Sweet sausage, sourdough bread, spectacular stuffing, and it's going to be good stuff.
Yeah.
It
was good stuff. He actually got to stay for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And taste it firsthand. So there you go.
It was delicious stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Good stuff.
Anytime Papa wants to be on the show,
Yep.
he's got a golden ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So tell Papa that when Christmas rolls around.
Yeah.
And now we want turkey, we want this, It's like, so he shows you how to make a really nice dinner.
Christmas is prime rib, so
Seriously?
it is. You might want to come around for that.
Oh, I'm coming around to shoot that too.
Yeah.
Well, we'll call it a New Year's show.
New Year's show. There you go. See, you heard it here first. Dead and Buried Treasures New Year's show. Captain Calico Drake wants a prime rib.
Prime rib, yeah. That'll work out fine.
So, speaking of Dead and Buried Treasures, you brought a prop with you tonight.
Yeah.
Which is always my favorite because I love seeing what you have.
I do.
For us
we get a lot of
and-
feedback about a certain guest that we have, a certain star of the show, and that would be Jack.
Showtime.
I know. So when Jack's on the show, he seems to be a crowd favorite.
Yeah.
To the left, to the left, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left,
And he's
to the right.
teaching his workout class.
See that?
Wings up. Put your wings up.
Get your wings up.
Wings up. Wings down.
Don't guess.
Wings up.
Wings up. Wings
Wings down.
down. Wings up.
Wings down. Do the wing swing. Do the wing swing. Drop the mic.
See, not only do you get behind the scenes
You get a
coverage,
workout.
but you also now in this episode you get a workout.
Yeah, Jack is.
Twofer.
Squat. Squat.
He is a wonderful animated robotic.
Pretty bird.
Yeah, so he's designed for children. So whenever you pet him, like and do things,
No way.
he'll talk to you and respond. Or if you talk to him like this, he'll respond and he'll do like, if you pet him.
Yeah, those are those for real friends.
Yeah, the For Real company. So I
Yeah.
bought 3 of them.
Yeah, no,
In
that's-
case one
that's good to have
breaks.
back- yeah,
I don't want to lose my star.
But you do the voice for this guy.
I do.
Because that's not the same voice you hear on the show.
Stop.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
It's a mic drop, but he's good.
Again. Squawk.
And he's
Squawk.
He doesn't shut up.
he's all right. Here, go ahead, hang out over
Yeah.
here for a second. Yeah, but I got 3 of them because if I lost one or if someone got broken, because kids like to.
Right.
When you go on location and you're in your suit and you're like signing autographs, or you'll have him along, the kids all want to touch stuff.
Oh, of course.
And
And
I
that's a
had
cute
to go out and
toy,
buy an actual. Like if you saw me in the Night of the Living Dead episode that we did last time, do I have sword play?
Right.
I'm killing the zombies with the swords. It was a fake sword. But when the kids are out on location, they broke it. They pull on. It's just a prop, guys. I mean, it's not real. So I had to go out and buy a real one to go on location because the kids can be kind of destructive, and I can only imagine what they'd only do to poor Jack.
Right.
Here. So I got 3 of those, and I do the voice for him as well because he doesn't really want to cooperate. He has,
As you can see.
pre-programmed robotic voices that he does on the show, and so I like to, do my own voices so he can have.
You do a great job voicing him because I didn't even know that was you. I didn't know that was you.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't. Of course, they don't know. We're both out of. He doesn't have his patch,
Right.
and I don't have my patch right now because
Yeah.
we're like on the Walk the Plank behind the scenes show. So it's interesting to see what he does because he'll just do his own little thing, and that's Jack.
There you go.
Showtime.
It is showtime. It's close. Another,
Yeah.
20 minutes?
20
15
minutes?
minutes?
Yeah,
it
it
will
will
be
be
showtime.
showtime.
He just likes to go.
Now there's your workout session again tonight.
He's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Put your wings up.
All right, go on.
Wings down.
One more time. Come on. You're on it, flabby. You got those muscles. There you
To
go.
the wing swing.
So,
To the wing swing.
there you go, Jack.
Drop the mic. That's right.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
All right, drop the mic, Jack.
Drop Jack. Don't drop Jack off over here. So Jack is another prop that we use on the show. He's animated and he really gives the show some class.
Yeah. How about that? Well, thank you for bringing him along. Thank you for being here, Jack. Oh, now you want to be quiet.
Who, Jack?
Yeah.
No.
I was just kidding.
Hey, we can go to commercial. You going to commercial?
We are going to commercial. That's
Then
right.
he'll take us out. Take it, Jack.
Take us out to the commercial break.
He's gonna do
When
it.
we come back, we are going to answer some mailbag questions.
Oh, I like the sound of that. Do you like that? Showtime, right? You can answer mailbag questions.
Yeah.
Let's get this party started.
All right.
There you go.
Play us through a commercial, Jack.
To the right.
So we don't need a band. We got
To the
Jack.
left. To the
He's like our own little band.
Yeah, right. We'll be back, guys. Stick around.
Don't miss the absolute worst in monster movie mayhem on Dead and Buried Treasures.
You know, Captain, we should be recording this.
You know, Jack, we should be recording.
This weekend and every Friday and Saturday night at 11 with our pre-show live at 10:30 on this Fright Network affiliate and our Facebook and YouTube pages, if you dare.
Is it wrong that I want their autograph?
Welcome back to Walk the Plank.
What a
Dead
great
Bear-
show.
I know.
Walk the plank.
Walk the Plank. It's a great name.
Yeah, you do a good job producing this.
Thanks.
No joke there. I'm saying you do a good job.
I was waiting for the punchline.
No. You do a good job. Jack thinks so. And I heard a lot of good comments, and we're going to hear a lot of good comments tonight with the calls. Right?
We are, and we're going to get to the first caller right now. Colin from Cranberry. Colin
from Cranberry. Thank you for calling us.
Well, this is Colin from Cranberry, and just been watching the show in the back, and I just think that, like, everything you did with the Batman and the cave and all that was spectacular, and I just really appreciate the scenes between the movies.
Thank you.
It's a good tribute, and enhance the film itself, and all the behind-the-scenes trivia. It's great. And there's not really much more I can say at this moment, but you guys did a great job.
Thank you, Colin. There wasn't really a question there, but I thank you for the review.
Comment, yeah.
Yeah, the Bat episode was a lot of fun. We had to do a lot of special effects in that one with Batman and we had whoever that was. But fortunately you had Batman had a bat cave.
Yeah, kind of saved on a lot of green screen effects.
So that was a lot of fun. That was a good show. The movie The Bat with Vincent Price is okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was perfect for the fact that we were doing a
Tie that in.
Batman related show. So it was kind of cool because we had to battle Batman. That was fun.
Yeah.
With
That's
missiles,
really
and
cool.
gunplay and stuff. So
Sir,
thank you, Colin.
Next caller is Deborah from Charleroi.
Deborah, how are things in Charleroi?
Hi, my name is Deborah, and I'm calling from Charleroi area near Mon Valley. I just watched your episode with Vincent Price in it, Theater of Blood. I know
Oh,
Calico Drake did segments on teaching movies on the show with writing and directing and things like that. I was wondering, did you ever teach television and film locally at colleges? My major wasn't in the area, but I seem to remember someone that looked like you that did. Are you guys one and the same?
Oh, wow, that's pretty perceptive, Deborah. Yeah.
Actually, they are one and the same, but they use a green screen to create the effect of his twin.
Yeah. So in the classroom, I'm like, yeah, that is pretty perceptive. I have taught locally. In fact, on one of the network affiliates for the show at California University, I used to run the television station there. So I have a lot of ties down there and with things like that. And Bethany College, I've taught at locally. Robert Morris, Clarion, the Art Institute. So I've bounced. I'm actually a college professor, and I have taught television and film production for a lot of years. And so yeah, that was wow. And how are you, Deborah? You remember me from so long ago? Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
Who has the big head now?
This guy. Who has two thumbs and a big head? This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty perceptive. So yeah, I bounced around as a teacher.
Wow.
Yep.
Our next caller, Scott from Uniontown.
Scott, how's Uniontown today?
Hi, my name is Scott, and I'm calling from Uniontown.
That's.
Hello?
Yeah, you're here. Go ahead. We're here.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm getting some feedback. My name is Scott, and I'm calling from the Uniontown area. And we just got done watching your Halloween episode, and we really liked it. We think your show is great. We watch it every weekend.
Thank you.
The Night of the Living Dead movie was great. All the stuff in between was great with all the comedy and such. And we were really asking about the character that you had on the show, Reggie. And we were wondering, Reginald Gaylord Drake, I guess. We were wondering if you were planning on making him a recurring character, or if he was just a one-time shot. Could you let us know what your plans are with him? Because we'd like to see him again.
There was a movie back in the I think late 70s, early 80s called Zorro the Gay Blade, and George Hamilton played Zorro, and Zorro gets hurt, and so he keeps the legend of Zorro going. He asks his brother to step in for him, and his brother was gay, and he wore big bright gold Zorro, like shiny gold Zorro, and it was a fun movie. It was a lot of fun. It was a different time. Everything wasn't quite as PC, but it's still fun. It still plays well today because he saves the day. And so Reginald Gaylord Drake, or Reggie, was kind of born out of that movie. And it's, we never say on the show that he's gay. We just play him that way because I don't think that's the important thing here. The important thing is the character, and we just have a lot of fun with it. We have a lot of feedback on it that's so positive.
Yeah.
I've never heard anything negative yet about his character.
No, everybody wants him back. I want him back.
Yeah, so I was doing it like as a one-shot deal, but like he's taken off. Apparently, people thought he was fun, and so I'll probably end up bringing him back in the spring. I had somebody suggest. I don't know, maybe it was, I don't remember who it was. It said
You were telling me about it.
they said, it was one of the feedback callers we get on the feedback line said Calico should take the week off, get sick or something, and then Reginald steps in and hosts
That's
the
a great
entire show.
idea.
I said, wow.
That is a great idea.
I'm not even sure how I'd angled that, but that's probably what we'll do. We'll make him a recurring character. I'm glad you enjoyed him, Scott. Yeah.
So next caller is Janet from Cannonsburg.
Janet from Cannonsburg. Hi, Janet.
Hi, this is Janet from Cannonsburg. I was just wondering what it was like to film in the cemetery that they shot Night of the Living Dead in.
Oh, yeah, for our Halloween episode. Humbling. Although I'll tell you a quick story that happened. We went up there to shoot. It was just myself and my producer, Scott Bowman, and we probably went up there in mid-September. and shot some of this stuff. While we were at the cemetery, I said, "Where's the big tombstone where Johnny comes up the bar and says, 'They're coming to get you, Barbara'?"
Yeah,
the big line. And we didn't know where it was. And we're looking all around, and all of a sudden another car pulls up, probably about 30 yards from us. I'm like, "Oh God, this is going to be a caretaker saying, 'Get out of here' or something, and it's just going to get ugly." And it turns out like 4 guys get out of the car. I'm like, "Oh man." They get out of the car, they start looking around, and then they walk over to a tombstone and start taking selfies with it.
You're like, that's it.
And I'm like, "That's it." I said, "These guys must be fans. This is a true story." I'm like, it's like a rock legend cemetery.
Yeah,
And it's
anybody
like,
lives in Pittsburgh, they've been up there.
Or
To the event that they have, the Living Dead Fest.
Yeah. There's like
so
a
they-
museum in town.
Right.
It's at the end of the episode that all dedicated to the Living Dead movies. And so we said, "You guys here for this?" "Yeah." He says, "This is the tombstone." And they started taking pictures with it, and I said, "Well, damn, so will I."
Yeah.
It was really cool because you're actually standing where one of the most famous horror films of all time was shot, and it's a little humbling too. And you're in a cemetery, so you're like, "Wow, this is cool," but you also want to do it with respect, and that was
Right.
the ultimate thing. That
Right.
I didn't want to like just be doing dumb stuff up there, or we have to be creative. And by the way, all the tombstones that you saw in there, like with the names, those are real names.
Yeah.
And we didn't know the angle of the show we were going to take until we started taking pictures of the tombstones, because I said, "That's like Buffy Summers. That's like Michael Myers." We didn't even do that when it was Myers. So I said, we should make this into some kind of limerick and have that tie into the end of the show. And that's what we ended up doing. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it was really cool.
Our next caller, Jim from Evans City. I'm just trying to get through this.
Evans City, that's where the cemetery is.
I know. How about that? We're just playing right into
Yeah.
this.
Hi, Jim.
Hey man, this is Ian from Edward City. I was cleaning out my wife's she shed, and I had her TV in the background on, and I was listening to you guys. And yins were just hysterical. I watch Svengoolie typically on Saturday night,
Yeah.
and it's nice to have a little variety in my horror films. And what you guys do is phenomenal, and I appreciate everything you guys do.
Thank you.
The puppetry and the animatronics and everything that I see. It's amazing that somebody here from Pittsburgh pulled that off, and I love it. Know what you do. Keep on doing it. It's great. So I'm gonna get back to cleaning, but I just wanted to give a shout out. Say hi. Bye.
Jim. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. Get back to your wife's she shed.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a lot of fun with the show, obviously, and I watch Svengoolie too, and that's
I think
why I
everybody
scheduled
does.
it on Saturday night as well. So when Svengoolie goes off, you can turn us on. Like I
Right.
think he goes off at 11 or maybe 10. Take a small break and then turn us on.
Right.
That was the whole theme, and I actually talked to him. He was going to be on the Night of the Living Dead episode with us. He was one of the horror hosts.
That would have been great.
He's out of Chicago, and but he couldn't get out of the contract. The contract is exclusive to him for Chicago, and he says, "I'd love to, but I can't." He says, "I love the idea of doing like a crossover show." He says, "I just can't do it." I said, "Oh, that's too bad." I said, "Well, maybe
Maybe
sometime-
we'll have you on his show.
we discussed that too. Once the show takes off in Pittsburgh and they're having me on his show, that'd be fun.
That'd be great.
That'd be a lot of fun with
That'd
that.
be awesome.
Yeah.
So we got pretty much time for one more question here.
Okay.
John from Penn Hills.
John from Penn Hills. All right, John. How you doing, John?
Hey, what's shaking, Kevin? This is John from Penn Hills. I got a question for you. It's been bugging me since I saw your episode. How did you split yourself into two on the show? Like, you got Captain Calico Drake.
Oh.
You got Richie. You're playing the same character. You can't fool me. But you both on the screen at the same time, and it looks awesome. Like, it's perfect. And you're handing off the newspaper. How did you do that? It's driving me nuts. Great show. Great special effects. Like, it's probably been my favorite show. And I got to tell you, you better keep Reggie on there. That dude has me cracking up. All right, you guys are awesome.
Well, thank you, John.
Up the good work.
Will do.
That's awesome.
It's a special
There you
effects
go.
question. I like challenges, and so it's not really a split screen where I'm on one side on the other. We chroma key it so we can put everything over top. So that's why I can walk in front of each other and do this kind of stuff. And whenever you walk around this way, you just layer it differently and put the layer underneath. It's something you do on the timeline of an editing program, but you have to have timing on it. So you can talk back and forth, and while you're producing the show and directing it, and it's like, oh my God, I'm doing my one-man band. It's difficult. You gotta have a screw loose. But the one thing I wanted to do is I wanted to hand myself something. So there's a USA Today that you gave me, actually, the Back to the Future one from Back to the Future we use on the show as a prop. And so on this side of the screen, you have, or on your side of the screen, you have Gaylord or Reggie, like, and right there it's out of the shot. So when he walks off the shot, he keeps it in his hand the whole time and just walks right off the set. Now I set that up because on my side of the screen, I have it in my hand already when I'm shooting that segment.
Oh, I see.
So, but you never see it. I mean, reveal it. It's down here
so
the whole
it
time.
looks like he took it
blah, blah,
off.
blah. So when he walks off the screen, I just do like a fake, like a tug like this.
Yeah.
And I pull it up, and it's been in my hand the whole
Little
time.
sleight of hand there.
So when you play it around and you time it out correctly, it looks
great.
like
It
I
was flawless.
take it off
It
of Reggie as he walks off the set.
It did.
And that was nuts, having to shoot me and Reggie having a conversation with a split, I call it a split screen, but with a chroma key, and having to time it in my head and play the dialogue in my head saying, you know, how are you today? Oh, I'm doing fine, okay, blah, blah. And then it's so hard to do that back and forth, but it looked
worked.
okay.
It looked
was
great.
okay. So,
And there you go.
yeah, we're out of time already. Another fast show.
It is. Yeah, I know. It goes fast. Half hour.
It's a shame. Hey, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you too.
Hey, stay tuned. We didn't even get a chance to talk about Papa on the show
No, we
tonight.
didn't. No, we
Papa from, he's a YouTube sensation, Cooking with Papa.
Cooking with Papa.
And Talia are on the show tonight showing us how to make some spooky sausage or spooky stuffing.
Stuffing. Yeah.
You know?
With chestnuts and sweet sauce.
Yeah, for Thanksgiving. So we didn't get a chance. Oh, man, this half hour goes fast.
I know.
So stay tuned. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Stick around.
Happy Thanksgiving. We'll
Happy
see you next time.
Thanksgiving.
Christmas. We didn't forget. We know. See you guys.
See ya.
On a dead man's chest, yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. Drink and the devil be done for the rest, yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. The mate was faced by the possum's spike, possum's brain with a marlin spike, and a cookie's throat was marred belike, had been gripped by fingers then, and they lay oh good that man like a breakout day in a boozing den. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum, 50 men off a stiff and start. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum, sign of the crew.